So this is a lot of chips, and we're gonna eat them all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world's best ranking of every chip ever made. Today, I will not only be eating all of these chips, but I will be ranking them on the world's most important tier list. All that stuff about world peace, coronavirus, poverty issues, none of that matters. What matters right here, right now, is which of these chips is gonna come out on top. But first, I need a little bit of desk space, so we're kind of just gonna... All right, let's go! First up, nice and easy, Lay's Wavy Original. Now, there's nothing wrong with a basic chip, especially if you can nail it like Lay's does. I think the Lay's Wavy Original is a solid chip. There's a good amount of crunch, a good amount of stiffness. What I like, you can see they advertise the dipping on these Lay's Wavy. That's because these chips are dippable. They don't break off in the sauce. They can handle it and make it all the way to your mouth. So let's start pretty even. Lay's Wavy, nothing crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give them a B. I think they're a B tier chip. So you can see our tiers range everywhere from F all the way up to God tier. If any of these chips make God tier, they are the best chip. I don't know how many of these chips are gonna make God tier level, but that is why we do these rankings. And don't worry, all these chips are gonna find a nice home. I got a bunch of friends, I'm gonna give them all away. They'll get eaten one way or another. Lay's Barbecue. Now, while Lay's Wavy is a great dippable chip, Lay's Barbecue, not so much. This thing is so much flimsier. Look at how it snaps, falls apart. Now, Lay's Barbecue used to be my favorite chip of all time, ever. I feel like 9 out of 10 kids in America, Lay's Barbecue is their favorite chip. Nowadays, however, Lay's Barbecue is a subpar chip. It's so thin, it breaks too easy, and I feel like somehow they've lowered the flavor quality over the years. If you're above 10 years old and your go-to chip is Lay's Barbecue, you gotta live a little bit more. Lay's Barbecue, D. Yeah, I said it. Lay's Barbecue is a D tier chip. I don't know what godforsaken thing made the workers that get paid millions of dollars at Lay's go, you know what we need to put on a chip? Dill pickle. Let's make a dill pickled flavored chip. I am not excited in any way to try this thing. Again, I'm gonna give it the same fault as the barbecue. I feel like these break so easily. They're so thin, but something just happened. I will say I've never had these chips before. And unlike a lot of people out there, I actually enjoy pickles. It amazes me how spot on the pickle flavor is. Now, I'm not saying I could sit down and eat a whole bag of these, but I am gonna say these are better than Lay's Barbecue. Lay's dill pickle packs a punch. I can feel the pickle. That's a questionable sentence. But Lay's pickle, Lay's dill pickle, I'm gonna put it at a C because again, you can't dip it in anything. Doritos Cool Ranch. Now, obviously, I've tried some of these chips before. I haven't tried some of these chips before. That's why we're doing the tier ranking today. But I will say that Doritos Cool Ranch are my go-to basic chip. Whenever I just need a snack, I need a bag of chips, something to get me going, I'm gonna grab a bag of Doritos Cool Ranch. I don't even have to open this bag to tell you what these chips taste like. You can see the flavor speckled across the chip. But nothing, literally nothing in this world compares to pulling out the covered chip. Everybody that likes these chips knows that you'll get like 1 or 2 of these in a bag that are just covered in Cool Ranch flavor. And I don't care what drugs you take, where you go, what you experience, nothing is better than one of these chips. Wow. Doritos Cool Ranch is, without a doubt, the first chip going on God tier. These are God tier chips. And as soon as this video is over, I will finish this entire bag. All right, before we move on to our next chip, This is my urinal shot glass. If you haven't seen the urinal shot glass yet, it's because you didn't watch my last video. What are you doing? All of these videos are great. That's what I try to do. So as soon as we're done with this ranking right here, be like these animals right here on my calendar and hump your way over to the last video if you want to figure out why I have a urinal shot glass. Chips. So I want you guys to know that when I do this stuff, I take it completely seriously. And there is nothing more important to me right now than getting the perfect ranking for these chips. With that being said, I want to move on to what I consider the most overrated chip on the market. Doritos Nacho Cheese are a good chip. It's solid. It's got that good Dorito feel, the good triangle quality that you know and love, and it's covered in flavor. But why the heck would anybody settle for nacho cheese when Cool Ranch is an option? Don't get me wrong, I think this is a tasty chip, and I'll eat it if there's nothing else around. But it does not even come close to the impeccableness that is Doritos Cool Ranch. If you see me out on the street one day and you come up to me and you're eating a bag of Doritos Cool Ranch and you hand me a bag of Doritos Nacho Cheese, I might knock the shit out of you. Doritos Nacho Cheese B tier chip. All right, so next up, we're hopping over to Ruffles. We got a little bit of a Ruffles category. This is Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream. Everybody knows Ruffles. Everybody knows Ruffles are famous for their ridges or whatever, right? I don't mind Ruffles. I think they're good. There's some good Ruffles flavors out there. However, cheddar and sour cream is not one of those flavors. To be fair with you, I think that the Ruffles chip, just like the Lay's Wavy, is one of the best basic chips on the market. But cheddar and sour cream is not their home run hitter. I don't even need to waste time on this one. Ruffles, cheddar and sour cream is getting a C. All right, so then Ruffles tried to get a little bit fancy, right? The cheddar sour cream, it wasn't doing the job. They said, what do white people like? Queso. They made Ruffles queso chips. And to be honest, I haven't had these yet, so this will genuinely be the first time, but the fuck? I don't know who thought that those taste anything like queso, but that not only does that not taste like queso, it just tastes bad. I love queso. I'm white. I love queso. And they might have ruined queso for me. That's terrible. Ruffles queso F. F. Don't ever talk to me again. So a lot of people might be thinking, Joseph, what the heck are you doing? You just straight up stole this video idea from JSchlatt or Cody Ko because they did it first like years ago. And to those people, I say, go fuck yourself. YouTube is all about stealing other people's ideas, and to be honest, they probably did it better than me anyways, so what are you doing here? As for our next chip though, we have Flamin Hot, Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream. So if you remember, we just gave the Ruffles cheddar and sour cream original, we just gave them a C. This is the Flamin Hot version. I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm a fan of spicy things. I like spicy things. And this bag has LeBron James on the front, so it has to be incredible, right? It has to be much better. Wow, just based off looks, I can already, can you guys see that? That looks, hold on. So this is the original Ruffles cheddar and sour cream. This is the spicy Ruffles cheddar and sour cream. Can you see the difference? All right, let me go ahead. Why is it that I can taste more cheddar and more sour cream in the Flamin' Hot version than in the original version? These are not bad. These are not bad. Now, I'm definitely not gonna say I would eat a whole bag of these. But if I wound up with them as the last option at a party and I had to choke down some LeBron James chips, I probably wouldn't hate my life. That being said, Flamin' Hot Ruffles cheddar and sour cream are gonna go to a B. All right, now I'll be honest with you guys and say that I've never had a bugle before. I don't know what it is about bugles, but something about them is just extremely off-putting. In my head, I feel like nothing could be more basic than how this Bugle is gonna taste. But I'll go into it with an open mind. The only thing that I know about Bugles is that you're supposed to be able to do that cool thing where you can like put them on your finger. You're supposed to be able to do that cool thing where you like put them on your finger or whatever. You make little finger hats. Okay, clearly that doesn't even work. But a Bugle tastes. Do people actually enjoy this? If I had to describe what a Bugle tasted like, I would say it lands somewhere in between corn nuts and dry Cheerios. Nothing about this makes me go, oh, next time we're holding a party, you better get some of those Bugles. I can't tell you how good those Bugles were last time. Do people genuinely enjoy eating these? Bugles, just F. Bugles are an F chip. If this is your favorite chip, please, just try anything else. Try something with a little bit of flavor. All right, I don't really remember when the whole smart food popcorn thing came about. I think it was a few years back when it really started to pop off. Ha, pop. I've never really been a huge fan of the popcorn instead of chips thing. That being said, there's a reason that this stuff is as popular as it is. Not only is it marketed as pretty healthy for you, but it really doesn't taste half bad. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to sit here and just continue eating this bag. So while it's not my favorite thing in the world, I definitely understand the craze behind it. And I'm gonna give Smart Food white cheddar popcorn an A. Now, what I have next up, ladies and gentlemen, might absolutely blow your mind because it did mine when I found it in the store. But because that white cheddar popcorn from Smart Food was such a hit, you know who decided they wanted to give their own a shot? Cheetos. That's right, Cheetos has a white cheddar crunchy Cheetos. This one apparently is also supposed to be healthier for you, but I have no clue how it's gonna taste. Okay, so they nailed the flavor, the white cheddar flavor that the last popcorn had. The only problem is it's still Cheetos, so it's still way too crunchy. I can already feel it getting stuck in my teeth. And while I see what they were kind of going for here, for the white cheddar flavor, I would so much rather have a popcorn than a crunchy ass Cheeto. Cheetos, white cheddar popcorn has to be a C. All right, playing off that whole chips that I've never seen before until filming this video, Lay's Layers. Now I have no clue what Lay's Layers means, but something about the picture of the chip right here just looks crazy. So these are sour cream and onion flavored. And if you look at it, it is kind of underwhelming. So this is the picture of what they're supposed to look like. And then this is what they ended up looking like. I mean, I definitely taste the sour cream and onion, but it is way too crunchy. And the layers do not do anything good for this chip. It's so weird because you'll bite into a hard crunch of the outer layer and then it's just air and you think you've like bit through the chip and then you hit another hard ass layer of more chip. And to be honest, I don't see any scenario in which these would work. And the flavor really isn't anything crazy too. So Lay's Layers, first time I've ever seen them, first time I've ever tried them. I'm gonna give them a D, and that's being a little generous. All right, Pringles, sour cream, and onion. Now, everybody knows Pringles for the famous can. You would think that it's genius to put chips, something so fragile, in a hard can. That way they don't get all busted up like they would in all the other bags. And honestly, that's a phenomenal idea. But somehow, some way, every time I get a can of Pringles, they all come crushed up. That being said, I don't think that Pringles are a bad chip. It's not a dipping chip. It really just breaks super easily in your mouth. And Pringles have always kind of been about simplicity and flavor. I like the feel of carrying around a can instead of a bag, and this lid on top makes life so much easier. Pringles, sour cream, and onion are a B tier chip. All right, original Pringles. The most basic chip you can get. This is that stuff that 90% of the lunchboxes in America were filled with. You pull out an original Pringles chip and you know exactly what you're gonna get. Again, it's so simple, So easy, but it works. Not one time ever have I gone for an original Pringle and been disappointed with what I got. Because of the life, the legacy, and the excellence of Pringle, I have to give original Pringles an A. Barbecue Pringles. Now again, Pringles doesn't have to do anything crazy. You grab a can, you throw in a few chips, and you be very delicate with your flavors. I think of all the barbecue chips on the market, barbecue Pringles are some of the best. Something about this chip reminds me of spending all day in the summer chilling out on a boat on the lake, just sitting back, munching on some good barbecue chips. This chip just feels like a good time. So, while I don't think anything can really beat out the OG original Pringles flavor, I have no problem putting this one at a B tier. Well, we did all that talking about Pringles, keeping it simple, keeping it easy, staying to the basics, know your roots. And now all of a sudden they've come out with this. Pringles Wavy Fire Roasted Jalapeno. Again, this is one of those things that I had no clue existed until I went to buy all of these chips. Now, what I will say is after opening this one, this is the first can of Pringles to be perfectly stacked all the way down, no chips crushed. Maybe it's because it's the only one that I bought at Walmart. I don't know what Walmart's doing with their Pringles, but they need to give their Pringle man a raise because this is the first can of Pringles well stacked. I have no clue what to expect. I think this is supposed to be spicy. Obviously, it's jalapeno, but it's also wavy. I mean, all right, whoa. Whoa. So that chip is way harder than a typical Pringle. It doesn't just break apart in your mouth. It is way crunchier. The jalapeno flavor comes through really good. I mean, right off the bat, you can get that hit of jalapeno. However, something about Pringles and them trying to change up the entire chip, make it wavy, make it crunchier, does not work. So to be honest, I don't care how good this jalapeno flavor is, Pringles Wavy has to get a C. And really, that's just because I'm kind of a fan of the flavor. But the chip itself, Pringles shouldn't be this hard. Pringles, what are you doing? Stick to your roots. Go back to the good old chip that everybody loves. All right, so I've just now realized that we're into the spicy chip portion of this video. I'm actually just starting to run out of what I'm drinking, so I might regret the next 5 to 10 minutes. But these are Takis Fuego. And again, complete honesty, I've never once had any single kind of Taki ever. It's never been appealing to me. Something about the Taki chip is so off-putting. I look at this and I go, this is not a chip. This is not something I would want to eat. If I put this thing in front of my shirt, it would blend right in. Can you even see this right now? No, that's how color-dyed this chip is. But everybody seems to love Takis. My sister will eat bags and bags of Takis every weekend, and this will be the first one that I've ever tried. You know what? About what I would have expected. Immediately you are hit with that powdered flavor that this thing is coated in. And that chip is as crunchy as can be. I will say, I kind of do like the flavor. I'm just not really a fan of how crunchy a Taki is. Takis Fuego, D. Doritos, spicy nacho. Oh God. It's the Takis. All right, Takis, F. Nope. No, I just get, all right, Takis, you can stay at a D, but the Takis did try to kill me. Doritos, spicy nacho. Again, Doritos are some of the best chips out there. Between the shape, the texture, and the crunch of the chip, they have it down. Doritos Spicy Nacho, however, is a little bland. Like, I can tell I'm eating a Dorito, I'm just not getting much of the flavor. And again, I will never touch Spicy Nacho if Cool Ranch is on the table. Doritos Spicy Nacho, because there's just almost no flavor there, I'm gonna give it a D. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this chip might be my new favorite thing. Doritos Flamin Hot Cool Ranch. I don't know what marketing genius said, hey, we have this awesome chip already, but what if we made it spicy? But that person needs a fat raise. I've only had these chips once, and it was at the Super Bowl party a few weeks ago. But let me tell you, when I say that my new favorite thing on this planet is a Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch Dorito. The first thing you get immediately is that classic Cool Ranch flavor. You chew on that chip a little bit, all of a sudden it starts to tingle. It starts to tingle. It's hitting the tongue. It's hitting the top of your mouth. It spreads to the sides. Next thing you know, you've got that nice toasty mouth spicy feel. But the Cool Ranch never leaves. Eat another chip. You're hit with more Cool Ranch, more spicy, and it still has that classic Dorito feel. I would sit here and eat this entire bag of chips and be covered in sweat just because I like them that much. But because I know that I've still got a bunch more chips to go, I'm taking Doritos Cool Ranch Flamin' Hot, and I'm giving them an A. No, they can't be God tier because they just got to the market. They have no legacy yet. And while they're my new favorite thing, God tier is reserved for those legendary chips. All right, yep, this is the point where my mouth is on fire, but it's okay because I went to grab more drink. Moving forward, we got Ritz toasted chips. You guys know these were a thing? I didn't know these. I thought Ritz did crackers. And if you're here to argue with me and say, hey, Ritz only does crackers, what you're about to eat is not a chip, it shouldn't be in this list, I say to you, it says chips right there. These have to be chips. Ritz toasted chips, sour cream, and onion. This is probably the only chip that I have literally no clue what to expect from. Is it going to taste like a Ritz? Is it going to taste like sour cream and onion? You know what? It's kind of both. Have you guys ever had those like chicken biscuit crackers? That's what these kind of remind me of. Definitely a little crunchy, but dissolves pretty easily in the mouth. It's got a nice sour cream and onion taste. I wouldn't be really disappointed if I wound up with a bag of these. Ritz, sour cream and onion, toasted chips. You can be a C. Now, this is where I have a problem with Doritos. Remember how Pringles had everything nailed, they had it all down, and then they said, oh, let's go Wavy. Doritos said, time to put on the glasses, we're going 3D. I'm gonna give it to you straight up. I don't like these chips. Doritos 3D Crunch Chili Cheese Nachos should never have happened. Look at that. Look at how, I mean, it's a 3D chip. It's a 3D chip. But it loses the entire feel of a Dorito. It loses that good crunch that you always get. And again, it tastes more like a Bugle than anything. These chips should not exist. I want to send an email to Doritos and tell them to fire whoever the heck came up with these and promote the dude that made Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch. Because these are a waste of time. Doritos Chili Cheese Nacho 3D are an F chip. F chip. What the heck? Cheetos mac and cheese. Cheetos mac and cheese. Cheetos mac and cheese. Cheetos mac and cheese. In what world would I look at mac and cheese and go, I wish there were Cheetos in that? Why would everybody, what? Who made Cheetos mac and cheese? Seriously. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's spirals too. It's not even shells. It's freaking spirals, guys. No! Bad! You stay over there. This is not a place that we joke around. This is not a place of joking. I don't know who the heck put that in my tier list, but you have a problem. You have a problem. Popcorners, sea salt. Now, I like the idea behind these. In case you don't know what these chips are, essentially it's a chip that's supposed to feel like popcorn. It says Popcorners, the crunchy and wholesome popped corn snack. Everything about that just sounds great. And I don't know, I don't think I've ever had sea salt popcorn, so let's see how a sea salt popcorn chip tastes. Okay, that is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. These are the softest, least crunchy chips. I don't even know if I'd call it a chip. It's like throwing a handful of popcorn in your mouth all at once. Every chip is like a mouthful of popcorn. And it's not even good. There's like no flavor here. I don't know why they said sea salt. I mean, I can't even see salt. No, but really, this chip is just not good. It's not really even a chip. It's too much popcorn, not enough chip. Yeah, all right. Popcorners, sea salt. I'm sorry, but you can get a D. The only reason you're not an F is because I know that it's good variety, and if I were throwing a party, I'd love to have these there too, just in case some crazy person ended up liking them. Now, Popcorners Sea Salt has a brother, Popcorners White Cheddar. And to be honest, this one might be a little bit better. For some reason, the white cheddar flavor and popcorn type things tend to go pretty well together. So Popcorners White Cheddar stands a chance. Okay, again, much less of a chip, much more a mouthful of popcorn. But as I expected, I think the white cheddar flavor really gives it a boost. We'll go Popcorners White Cheddar, a C. Now, next up is something that all people should try at least once in their life. Veggie Straws are the elite of the elite. And if anybody here is trying to tell me that Veggie Straws aren't chips, I'm just gonna say that you're dead wrong. If fucking Bugles can be considered a chip, Veggie Straws can be a chip too. Especially when you figure out that Veggie Straws taste twice as good as Bugles. Veggie Straws are so nice. They're so easy. You just pull out 2, 3 at a time, you throw them in your mouth. It's got such a nice crunch. They're supposed to be a bit of a healthier chip, and honestly, if you just dump out a plate full of these, you can just munch on them while you're doing whatever. I love Veggie Straws, and this entire bag of Veggie Straws was $4. It doesn't matter if you get the zesty ranch or the original flavor. Veggie Straws are elite, and anybody that thinks otherwise should unsubscribe immediately. Actually, please don't do that. You should subscribe instead. I'm broke. This video cost me like $120 just for chips. I need at least one subscriber to actually feel good about spending that much money on chips. But in all realness, Veggie Straws are an elite chip. I'm giving Veggie Straws Zesty Ranch the God tier level. All right, next up, good old classic crunchy Cheetos. Everybody knows the 5-year-old that runs around constantly asking for Cheetos. But nobody has ever met the 20-year-old that always wants a bag of Cheetos. And you know why that is? Because Cheetos suck. After turning 6, and ever since then, I have never once popped a Cheeto in my mouth and gone, oh my God, give me more of that. Everything about a Cheeto is just wrong. It's too crunchy, the cheese tastes nothing like cheese, and you will literally be pulling Cheetos out of your teeth for the next 30 minutes after eating them. Cheetos are an overrated chip, and I will never, ever have them at a party. Cheetos crunchy, F. That being said, we move on to Cheeto Puffs. Now, I'm not exaggerating when I say I genuinely think that these were God's greatest mistake. There have been a lot of things that have gone wrong in this world, but Cheetos Puffs is by far the worst of them all. The only person I have ever seen eat and enjoy Cheeto Puffs was my 3-year-old sister. I genuinely am not even looking forward to trying them for this tier list. I don't know if you guys have ever eaten packing peanuts, but that's exactly what I imagine these taste like. And just like Cheetos Crunchy, you will literally be picking these out of your mouth for the next hour at least. Not only that, but the flavor is awful. Nothing about these is good. And I don't know why that little cheetah is so happy. He has put together possibly the worst chip of all time. If you genuinely go out searching for Cheeto Puffs because you want Cheeto Puffs as your go-to chip, you have some highly questionable decision making. Cheetos Puffs are probably the worst F-rated chip in this category. On a lighter note, Lay's has rolled out something else new. Glaze Poppables. Now, I've had these a few times. This is actually the white cheddar flavor, and I don't know why everybody thinks that they need to take chips and make them bigger or 3D or whatever, but that's not how it works. Chips are chips for a reason. And Lay's Poppables are just weird. I don't eat these and feel like I'm eating a chip. Like, I feel like I should be throwing these across the room for my friends to catch in their mouth or whatever. Nothing about this rings chip to me. And while the flavor's not that bad, the texture is just so off. So, Lay's Poppable White Cheddar, I have to give it a D. All right, honestly, you probably think I'm a generally negative person for how bottom heavy this tier list is, but I'm just being strict. I'm not letting just any chip get up here. You gotta earn it. You gotta deserve it. And unfortunately, Lay's Poppables ain't that. However, maybe the Southwestern Ranch flavor can change it. This is one that I've actually never had. Lay's Poppables Southwestern Ranch. It's actually covered in quite a bit of good speckled flavor, apparently. I have no clue what to expect from this. That is weird. I'll be honest, I'm not getting much ranch. I can't even really tell you what I'm getting. It's such an odd flavor. I mean, I kind of like it better than the white cheddar because it's new. I've never really had whatever flavor I'm experiencing here. But again, the whole Poppables style chip just really is not working for Lay's. Lay's Poppable Southwestern Ranch. I'll give it a D, right there with white cheddar. No, in fact, let me. It's just a little bit better. All right, as we move into the last bit of this chip ranking list, what we have here is possibly one of my favorite chips of all time. Not once ever have I gone wrong with Sun Chips Garden Salsa. It's something about the crunch of these chips, the nice tomatoey flavor. They've even got the tiniest bit of a spicy kick to them. When we went on soccer trips for games, we would always stop at Subway to get food before the game, and it was a race for me to get to the Sun Chips Garden Salsa before anybody else got them. Because for some reason, it's an underrepresented chip. There was never enough garden salsa to go around. But I'd be damned if I didn't get up to the front of that line to make sure that I got myself some Sun Chips Garden Salsa. This is genuinely one of the best chips I've ever had. And that's why I have no problems putting Sun Chip Garden Salsa, say it with me now, to the God tier. All right, I feel like that kind of makes it hard on the rest of the Sun Chips, to be honest. Because, I mean, Sun Chips Harvest Cheddar isn't a bad chip, but there's no chance it's Sun Chips Garden Salsa. It's unmatchable. Sun Chips Harvest Cheddar, it has that nice Sun Chip crunch. It's got a decent cheddar flavor, but really, it's not anything crazy. And unfortunately, Sun Chips Harvest Cheddar will always be the little brother that has to constantly look up at its more successful, bigger brother, Sun Chips Garden Salsa. And while it wants so bad to be there, it knows that it can never quite make it. So, I'm sorry, Sun Chips Harvest Cheddar, but I'm gonna give you a C. All right, I feel like we did this a little out of order, but Sun Chips Original is next. And now, if these chips have anything going for them besides being 100% whole grain, it's, again, that nice Sun Chip crunch. You bite into one of these, and you know you're eating a chip. These have a little bit of a salty taste, nothing really crazy. And if I was forced to eat a chip and this was on the table, it wouldn't be terrible to have them. I'm gonna give basic Sun Chips Original right there with Harvest Cheddar and give it a C. All right, the last one on the Sun Chips list is Sun Chips French Onion. And again, this is something I've never had, but I can tell you, after just opening the bag now, these are strong. Like, I can smell how these chips taste immediately. I don't exactly know what a French onion flavor is, but what the heck? It tastes like a routine smoker just blew cigarette smoke in my mouth. Ugh, ugh. 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 That is terrible. That is so bad. This isn't even acting. This chip is just bad. I genuinely feel like somebody just puffed cigarette smoke all over me. Ugh, no. And, I don't, Sun Chips, what happened? What happened? How can you go from making a garden salsa, an amazing chip, to creating something like this? Did you guys like not even run this through a test? Who tried this chip and went, oh, you know what? I enjoy that. No, in no way is this a good chip. Sun Chips, French onion, immediate F. I hope that I never eat another one of these in my life. Oh, nothing about that was enjoyable. I'm sorry, I'm not even playing that one up. That was not a good chip. Jeez, all right, if we're gonna move on, we got one last chip. One chip to wrap up the ranking. Cape Cod kettle cooked chips. And I've never had these before, but I've heard some good things about them. They're supposed to be a bit of an off-brand chip. They're not that generic thing, mainly because they're kettle cooked. These are supposed to be a sea salt version, and I'm generally a fan of sea salt, so. Okay, all right. I understand the whole kettle cooked. Yeah. This chip tastes nothing like the rest. The kettle cooked makes a difference. Are these healthy for you? Are these supposed to be good in any way? Oh, I don't know if these are supposed to be good. Okay. Whatever. I could kind of see myself eating a bag of these chips and not even noticing that it's gone. Like, this is kind of just a chip that you'll sit there and munch on over and over, just constantly eating. And then you look down all of a sudden and go, oh, I'm out of chips. So Cape Cod, it's not really anything spectacular, but I definitely understand why people are talking about it. To wrap it up, for the final one here, I think Cape Cod kettle cooked chips probably deserves to be up here in the A. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna swap this bag out for the good old glorious Sun Chips Garden Salsa, the God tier chip. I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for making it this far into the video. Believe it or not, retention is one of the biggest factors in making it big on YouTube, so if you left early, fuck you. Everybody else that stayed this long, you're awesome. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Once again, if you didn't catch last week's video that explains these urinal shot glasses and this calendar of animals humping every month, then I suggest you go watch that video right after this one. Well guys, as always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're doing videos every Sunday. I would really appreciate a like. I spend a crap ton of money on these videos, and to be honest, I'm running out of money, so every little bit helps. If in any way you thought my chip tier ranking was wrong, you should have a good long look in the mirror because I know I'm right. But nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I will see you next Sunday. Take care and peace.